Hello and welcome to another session with Kate Krieg. This is another weekly, deeply connected session. And for those of you who don't know, I help individuals and businesses grow their life and really help individuals achieve personal excellence. And I do that by helping people reprogram their mindset, change their habits, and really live a soul purpose-driven life. And the content that I want to talk to you about today is really trying to align yourself to achieve the outcomes that are right for you in your life. And the reason why I say it like this is because I used to be the type of person that was very over analytical, and I really tried to control a lot of outcomes in my life. And what I found happened is I actually received a lot of resistance on my path to achieving those outcomes. And it wasn't until I kept applying myself to a new approach, which I'm going to share with you today, was it that I actually was able to achieve outcomes that were more in line with who I wanted to be as a person and what was right for me as an individual. Now, there's actually a lot of insight and evidence on this around the psychology of non-attachment and the psychology of surrendering, but there's also a lot of spiritual insights into trusting the universe and surrendering to the universe. I want to come to you from both angles, but really everything that I do is evidence-based, and I bring in a lot of spirituality to it because I think there's so much value in, and peace, I should point out, there's so much peace in having a spiritual detachment or a spiritual detachment mindset. Do you know what I mean? So this has come up for me a lot lately as we are moving our family over to a different state. And on our journey, we've had a lot of experiences where we've had to go and look for houses and go and bid for houses at auctions and go and try and get certain things on our journey. And for what we've tried to do is surrender to the concept of whatever is meant to be will be. And there's houses that you could get attached to, there's environments and schools and other things that you could be emotionally attached to and sort of push and try and overanalyze and try and achieve to get those specific things. And when we've just rested in this comfort of knowing that everything happens for a reason and we are safe and protected, that's when we've found that better outcomes have come. So, and what I find from my clients and when I'm coaching people is, you can do all the work and you can do all the strategy and the skills and all of those things, which are really important. 80% of their outcomes is because of their mindset and not being attached and not worrying about things that are out of their control and not over analyzing to the point where they're paralyzed or they're overly obsessed with something that may not be right for them. And so when we have this level of detachment, whatever will be, we stop this incessant worrying, because worrying leads to a lot of unhealthy behaviors and a lot of unhelpful behaviors on our journey. And it can really derail us for a really long time and make us unfocused. And we've applied the same theory to the move as well. And there's been a couple of houses we really liked and we really was sort of, you've got this balance between, wanting to make sure it's right for the family, but wanting to be unattached. And there is a balance, and that is a skill in itself. But every single time we rested in the confidence that we have a beautiful intention, we know what our intentions are, we're focusing on moving the family into state, and we are safe and protected. And, we looked at the rational of it, making sure that it was going to be right for our family and the house was going to be right. But we didn't get a couple of the ones that we really wanted. And every single time I was able to find peace fairly quickly by acknowledging that if we were meant to have it, we would have it. If we were meant to experience that in our life, we would have it. We've put in the intentions, we've put in the steps, we're doing the work, we're doing the energy. That's part of it. If we didn't get it, that's okay. We trust that it's going to lead us to a new point. And it has, we've got a far better experience than what we ever thought in our scenario. And every single time my husband and I go back to each other and say, how beneficial is it not to worry? Isn't it so much better in our life that we put that energy, the worry energy that we could have had, into the positive energy and progressing our life and progressing our businesses and spending time with our family and not worrying about something, especially materialistic, but worrying about something that's out of our control. And it's a lesson that I feel like all of us could learn if we just stop over analyzing, if we stop over controlling, and if we stop becoming obsessed with an outcome, and we start accepting that everything that is meant to happen will happen if we're putting in the steps and we have the right intentions and we're being good people, everything will unfold in sometimes a surprising way, but often in ways that are more beneficial for us. And I'll just close by saying this exact same thing happened with a client last week. There was an update that they received, and that update was something about a business opportunity, and they were at contract signing level, and all of a sudden the vendors came back and said they're not going to sign, and it's been a lot of time negotiating, and within 24 hours later a new opportunity had come up that was better. It's 24 hours, so that was remarkable. And often the universe does work fast, but often it doesn't happen that quickly. But it was just another reminder to show, isn't it fascinating? If we spent all this time wallowing in the misery of not having the outcome that we really wanted, and we just surrendered to go, okay, I don't know what the reason is. It may not ever reveal itself to me, but I wasn't meant to experience that. That wasn't meant to be in my life. And if the worry wasn't there, and all of a sudden a new opportunity came along. So it was just another reminder to show how important it is to try and exercise the paradigm and the mindset that I don't need to overanalyze. I don't need to control the situation. I'm just going to surrender. I've got good intentions. I know what my focus is. I'm doing all the things I need to do to get there. And there's no point worrying. Everything happens for a reason. If I'm meant to do it, I will be doing it. It's just a matter of me putting in the steps to get there. So it's an interesting lesson, and something that I continue to polish and develop and strengthen. And it's something that I encourage all of us to polish and strengthen, and and encouraging more conversations about these things in general as well. So you can apply this to all areas of your life. I hope you enjoy it. Let me know how you get on with this as something that you've been testing and trying, or whether or not you've had examples of where you haven't achieved what you'd been hoping for, but then perhaps something was better around the corner. So anyway, sending you much love as always, and thank you for being here, and I will see you same time next week. Okay, bye.